Hey, what's up guys? I've found a spam deck that's so successful in getting elixir advantages that it can get to the point that it has absolutely no counters. The ranked 2 player in the world has built this diabolical deck without buildings and spells to maximize its spam speed and ability to cycle at all points. With other decks, you might get stuck with a goblin cage or a fireball that you wouldn't want to drop, but this deck allows you to engage in never-ending spam. By splitting up wall breakers, you'll often get more elixir from the opponent. The Evolved Lumberjack Ghost is one of the most lucrative cards in the game, constantly giving positive elixir trades because nothing can kill it. And when you force out your opponent's small spells on the Skeleton Army, Spear Goblins, Wall Breakers, and Goblin Gang, the Skeleton King will throw a horde of skeletons back at the opponent's face, devouring high-cost cards that are 5 elixir or more. Spawning a mobile Skeleton Army for 2 elixir is unbelievable. Not to mention the durability and damage from the Cannon Cart and the free Mother Witch Pigs. This deck is built with high-quality cards that are constantly spammed at the opponent until they don't have elixir to defend. With each bad trade, they lose elixir and tower damage until they have nothing left. No matter what we match into, this deck has the ability to override their defenses and assert dominance. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on any of the daily videos. And lots of spammy love to everyone that's using creator code SirTag to make the high fruit videos possible. Okay, we got a game against Mr. Paul. What's up, brother? I am gonna be making you appalled by our decision making. We're first off gonna go and start off the spam with a wall breakers at the bridge, and we're definitely gonna go and drop a cannon cart coincidentally right after. This is one of those situations where if the opponent's got Mother Witch, you might be scared because if you look at my deck, it is full of only bait cards. But the way that I see Clash Royale is an entirely different way. If you can spam at the right time with this type of strategy, nothing can beat you. So we're going to be trying our hardest to make that prophecy ring true. We should be able to kill the Phoenix with only 1 peck on our tower, maybe not even. Oh, beautiful. All right, we're going to go Skeleton King here. That's going to be able to take the targeting from the mortar, and then we can conveniently counter everything else with a cannon cart or figure things out from there. Yeah, I think we just cannon cart at the bridge after, you know, every single time that he goes in for mortars, we're just going to be cannon carting at the bridge and we should be fine. I'm going to get a Goblin Gang down because the cannon cart will take the targeting, and then I probably can go for wall breakers or spear goblins on this Valkyrie, pulling it back and minimizing the damage potential from our dude. In fact, the only damage that this Valkyrie can get is from its dreams. It is now doing damage to itself with nightmares. That's awesome. So if you guys haven't used wall breakers on defense, it shows right there how strong it can be. For 2 elixir, you can afford an offense while also simultaneously defending, because you're not going to run headfirst into the Valkyrie, you're not going to fight the Valkyrie. Your wall breakers are a pacifist until they aren't. So I think that, as I said before, cannon cart against the mortar is ideal. I'm just going to be dropping it in the right side because then hopefully it's going to get raged up, but I guess not. Totally fair for our opponent to cycle that there. So I'm looking at the stat, and I like the stat. We are currently up 600 damage, and overall, if I can go pile on more Goblin Gangs and potentially make our opponent go for a Mother Witch at the wrong point, that'd be really fun. So I'm going to go Goblin Gang early. We'll see if he Mother Witches this. I bet you he does. If he Mother Witches, he's going to go on the wrong side. If you Valkyrie, that's totally fair as well. I'm okay with that. I might be able to get some piggy power up in here because we are going to get a Valkyrie to get converted into a pig. And then if you... Ooh. Oh! The Mother Witch Piggy tanks for the lightning. I forgot about that interaction. That's kind of cool. Probably not for him, but really fun for me. Also, if you guys are unaware, you definitely want to do dual lane pressure with this deck, because if you don't have a way of consistently dealing tower damage with a spell, you have to minimize their elixir so that they don't have as much elixir to defend everything if they have absurd splash damage like this guy. Like, for whatever reason, this guy decided to put in 18 sources of splash damage in a 8-card deck. So I have to play better than him to beat it. And that's just the real world out here in Clash Royale, you know? You'd hope to get good matchups every game, but sometimes you match into a Valkyrie Evolution, Mother Witch deck, and you're just like, why? Why would you play this, bro? Anyway, it is just to terrorize me, I believe. So I might be able to go Spear Goblins here and then go and push that. But the, yeah, I guess the Electro Wizard and the Royal Ghost as the other sources of splash damage are going to be a problem. It looks like a Royal Giant deck, but like not Royal Giant. It's just trying to royally screw me over. I don't know what else to say about that one, big dog. But it wouldn't be Clash Royale if you didn't get these types of matchups when you're playing this deck. This is totally par for the course. If you expect to get fair matchups in every game of Clash Royale, you're definitely wrong. That is just not the real world scenario in this game.
The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows.
So we're going to go in for a Skeleton Army here. Definitely want to go for an Evolved Lumberjack. And then I think we can get a cannon cart down hopefully soon-ish, because we need to be able to get that to go and kill the mortar. Otherwise, we're going to get cooked. very cool that we're going to be able to kill this mortar here. Our Skeleton King will probably die, which sucks, but it is part of the game. We're going to go for wall breakers, and we're going to try to get those through because I believe that he's not going to have Elixir to defend both things because he just didn't play that well. All right, so we're going to let the Electro Wizard do its thing. He's going to probably go for Mother Witch. Let's go for a Lumberjack and try to finesse him a little bit. Now he can't Mother Witch. He has to go for a Valkyrie, so it's a worse interaction for him overall. Then we can go for a Cannon Cart at the bridge, expect him to probably go in for a Mortar and feel feisty and ferocious. Then we're going to go for Wall Breakers on the right side, so then when he goes in for a Mortar, it's not going to be in the spot that he wants. We can maybe go in for a Lumberjack if we're really feeling it, but I'm not going to do that right now. The Mortar being out of cycle is awesome. We know that he's going to have Lightning, so this Mother Witch will probably get wrecked, but it's totally fine. I can go in for a Cannon Cart, Lumberjack, Wall Breakers on the right side. Definitely want to go in for more stuff whenever we get the chance because the Wall Breakers are going to force that Elixir he doesn't want to spend. He should Lightning me, but I don't think he's able to right now with his Elixir count. We're going to go in for a Mother Witch on the right side, so then we're going to force the Lightning there. Notice how the Cannon Cart locks finally onto the tower, and the only way that you beat these types of matchups that theoretically on paper, if the guy has Mother Witch, Evolve Valkyrie, Electro Wizard, like random cards like that should counter me, you simply split them up until they don't have enough Elixir and then they lose. The dual lane pressure allows you to dominate most opponents even if they have a huge counter to you. I don't think I've ever seen an Evolve Valkyrie, Royal Ghost, Electro Wizard, Mother Witch deck before, and I don't want to see one ever again. But when you play this bait deck to its full potential, it feels unbeatable. All right, a new challenger approaches. This time he's going to go for an Ice Spirit at the start. I wish I dropped my Spear Goblin slightly faster. We would have been able to kill the Ice Spirit without it connecting to our tower, or just connecting to our Spear Goblins. Wait. Maybe our Spear Goblins dying was for this reason. We're able to get a Piggy on the tower and force out a lot of Elixir here. So the cool thing that I have right now is the ability to use Cannon Cart in the middle, destroy his Goblinstein, and then immediately counter push with whatever I want. I don't really want to go in for pressure with a Skeleton King. I would prefer to do this, Spear Goblins, and then maybe Skeleton King after we get logged or whatever happens. Also, dropping the Skeleton King on defense scoops up all of his Goblins, and it enables a full healthy bar, a happy Skeleton King that has feasted upon our opponents. I was going to say feasted on foes, and then I was like, you know what? Too much alliteration there. We got to stop that. I'm too alliterative of a person right now. We are going to be littering on this guy, though, so I do like blasting him with Wall Breakers and then potentially killing that and getting some... Aw, I didn't get any Skelly Slaps. If I got one Skelly Slap, I would have been happy. I was just trying to eat my mic there. I don't know if you guys saw that, but I like kind of kissed it or something. I don't know. That was not the game plan. I'm going to get a Goblin Gang down here on the left side, and then I think it's ideal for me to maybe go in for a Cannon Cart depending on what happens. Yeah, if we force out the log, we always go Spear Goblins. It's so frustrating to have 3 Spear Goblins for 2 Elixir because you can't keep up with our pacing of Elixir cost. And then if you do respond to the Spear Goblins, you're just down so bad afterward. Also, I think the Doctor will die to this Cannon Cart, and it's not even close to proximity, so there's no way for him to drop the ability on us. He's no ability to ability, and then we have the push in the right side where we want to go. The right lane for us to inflict some pain. And I do think the Cannon Cart's going to put in work here, enabling us a clear pathway to set up a Skeleton King ability right in the face of adversity upon our opponent's tower. So this is one of the situations where we just spam both evolutions and just say, this is a fun time for me, and not so fun for you, my dude. I do think that the Lumberjack evolution isn't going to give us the best trade, but the fact that we baited out a Tesla and also the Goblin, you know, it's not cards that he wanted to cycle. And we can go in for a Mother Witch here, force him to pop ability or poison. In the log again, literally dropping his entire bank. Every chance that we can, we're going to cycle the Skeleton King ability near the tower, even if it's in the face of a bomber for a couple skeleton hits. We're going to cycle our Cannon Cart here, and then we really haven't taken much damage whatsoever. I do think that it's better for me to go in for a Lumberjack here, so then we can stop his bomber from splashing onto our Goblin Gang, so then we can comfortably kill his Goblins and take nothing. I'm going to Wall Breakers when I get the chance. I think the Cannon Cart explodes near the tower. We might have pushed it with the Skeleton King. Legitimately, that would have been beautiful. All right, we're going to pop the ability a little bit earlier. Just want to be able to get extra damage and get the Skeletons on the tower as quick as possible. We're also going to go in for a Cannon Cart push by Spear Goblins. And he used a lot of Elixir, so we're going to go Goblin Gang on the other side. I think the Ice Spirit just dies. If the Goblin Gang is able to captivate his Cannon Cart counter, then I think the Cannon Cart can tank for even longer. Now we're faced with an opportunity to go Lumberjack Wall Breakers because the guy just used his Tesla. It's really hard for him to defend these Wall Breakers if the Lumberjack's tanking, and he might be sinking out here. I don't know. This is looking decent, though. I would like to go for Cannon Cart whenever I get the chance, but I do think that it's better for me to go Skeleton King on defense first and foremost. Every chance you can, you use the Skeleton King against those drills because the drill just gets scooped up and shut down. He's going to go in for a log, but not fast enough. We still have a piggy tanking. So we're going to go Goblin Gang here. We'll try to pressure as much as we possibly can on the left side so that he leaves the right open for the Spear Goblins to slide on through. For 2 Elixir, it's really tough to stop. And he's smart enough to let one of the Spear Goblins lock onto the tower. If you don't do that, you will lose the game. If you let one Spear Goblin lock, then the Ice Spirit's able to tank, so he knew that interaction. One of the few downsides of this deck is you really don't have a way of finishing off games. You have to get that Piggy Punish to win the game. Just something to keep in mind. In case you don't know, now you know. The Piggy Punish almost happens when we force a log, which is, in my opinion, pretty funny. Like, this guy is on his last breath, and he's like, gotta win at 98 HP! We're gonna make it happen, boys! And it's possible. Like, it is definitely possible to outplay and win in this type of situation, but there's just so much crap coming at you that even if you're one of the better players in Clash, you're probably gonna get finessed. It is practically impossible to stop damage on all angles with piggies, lumberjacks that don't die, that become ghosts and that just haunt you forever, and skeleton kings that spread skeletons in practically every crevice of the arena. Really fun stuff. We'll jump on the next one, and I'm glad that we got a decent matchup in this one. It's still not easy breaking through an Evolved Tesla, Evolved Bomber, Goblinstein, Log, and Poison as awesome answers to bait, but it's way better than playing against someone with a Valkyrie and all the other stuff we played in the first game, or a double small spell warrior. All right, Futbolista. The dude has a Mega Knight and Prince of the Banner. I think this is a real representation of mid-ladder. They love their Mega Knights and jump for joy whenever they get the chance to throw it in their deck. Bro's got a Wizard too, so Harry Potter is going to make the situation slightly hairy for me, but I don't really care that much as long as I still have one counter to Mega Knight in my hand, which would definitely be the Skeleton King. I'm going to cycle my Cannon Cart relatively early. I wish that thing would have survived. Maybe I should have dropped it a little bit later, but it is still fine. I can get Spear Goblins down here to tank for the Prince. If he's fast reflexes, then I think the Prince would be able to break through with the Zap, but it doesn't seem like that's going to be on the horizon for us. So I do want to go in for the Skeleton King early and then cycle a lot of stupid spam. Bro's got a Wizard and a Tesla. Okay, all right, it's time to test out what you got, bro. I'm going to go Wall Breakers because I want to get to the evolution a lot quicker, and then I can Cannon Cart in the middle. It will kill the Electro Wizard and maybe apply pressure on top of the other stuff on the right side since it should stay alive. I'm going to pop ability last second, and we're again matching into a Valkyrie. Oh no, this is swirling my brain around. I'm going in a blender because this guy is a rule bender. He is totally in a triumphant spot, shutting us down with 16 different ways, but it's still okay. It's still okay. Trust. We can maybe activate King Tower later on or something. I'm going to go in for a Lumberjack here, make sure that the Mega Knight is just going to guaranteed die, and then we can go Skeleton Army later. I don't necessarily love this, but we're going to cycle it, and he's probably going to drop a small spell, but if he doesn't, let's go! Okay! Wait, say less, bro. Give me more. This is something that I adore, and his door is right open for the taking. We did so much damage. The Wall Breaker is locking onto the tower, raged up, guarantees that all of them connect. He just didn't have enough elixir because he dropped his arrows at 0. He ended up trying to get his Prince Be the Hero, lock onto my tower, take me out, but he just dropped it at 5, and then he arrowed as soon as he could, but he just didn't have that much elixir to work with. Oh, wait. Hey. Wait, can we talk about how that Electro Wizard spawned in as soon as my Spear Goblins did that? And it was not a prediction, but the guy feasted. He was eating good there with that Electro Wizard. That was wild and weird, but still fine though. One of the main things that I noticed from lower level players is they'll always like leak elixir, and one of the better ways of winning, especially with this deck, is just getting elixir advantages against opponents. So make sure you're consistently cycling cards in the back, even if you aren't necessarily able to apply pressure or you don't know what to do. Make sure you never leak elixir, because then it's going to be pretty much impossible for you to defend if you're down elixir. So we're going to try to go Cannon Cart here with the Skeleton King, and I should be good. Like, just look at how cost effective the Cannon Cart is on defense. Despite this guy having lightning, it's not that bad. We're trying to go for a Lumberjack off to the side so that he doesn't target our Mother Witch that is near the tower. The only real damage he got was like the lightning. So as you guys can see, if I cost effectively spend my elixir, even against like a mid-ladder player with all this splash damage, I don't think it's that bad for me. And then obviously I'm going to go in the wrong side for him. So I'm not going to be spamming stuff on the left side. I'm not going to go to the Mega Knight. If you go into the Mega Knight, you could lose, and I don't want to do that. So we're going to cycle Skeleton King and then try to get back to multiple Cannon Carts. Obviously, this guy's just ignoring everything because I don't really know if he knows how to do anything else. He seems like one of those players that just ignores and spams more. So we're going to go for a Lumberjack here. I do think the Mega Knight will jump, but that's fine. I just want to make sure that we don't die to a aggressive stance from our opponent here. Using, the lightning still isn't going to take me out. we're definitely going to try to go in for wall breakers and then go in for spear goblins. Expect him to probably Mega Knight on the right side. When he notices the wall breakers are coming through, he's not going to be able to Mega Knight. Then maybe the cannon cart locks on the tower. Then we're going to go Goblin Gang, and then we're just going to keep up the pressure, because this is one of those moments where it's really hard for opponents to defend if you play this remotely well. We're going to go in for Skeleton King here, Skeleton Army, probably pop the ability when he kills that. He'll probably drop something, most likely soon-ish. Yep, there's the Valk. And now we can go in for our wall breakers if we can just have the Tesla expire. All right, not what we wanted. Maybe one of the... Nah, nothing. Nada. Zilch. Kind of rough. Kind of rough. I was hoping that that would work a little bit better, but we're still going in the right side, so we can force Elixir there. We're going to go for Goblin Gang, Skeleton King here, so then we can force him to Mega Knight or arrows or something. Then we can Cannon Cart, and then we're in a really good spot as long as we're able to kill this wizard, which I should be able to pretty easily. I'm going to go Skeleton Army afterward. Maybe use the Skeleton King if we want. This is looking really good as long as we're able to get one more good push. Then we're going to go and spam everything that we own. Go and drop our Goblin Gang in the middle, despite you having a Valkyrie. I think that we're going to cook you. I just don't see a universe where you're able to actually realistically defend this. It's so tough to stop this amount of spam. Even with a Mega Knight, Wizard, whatever the heck you have, I don't care. GG. We're going to take the left tower too, because we had an Evolved Lumberjack and he had no Elixir. So it's just practically impossible to stop this deck from a cost efficiency department if your cards are subpar, or if your mechanics just don't like have top 200 mechanics. I don't know. That's as easy as it is to say. It's so hard to defend. This is one of the most infuriating decks to play against, because even if you have the best counters in the game, you have to defend for a full 5 minutes. Even against a Mega Knight Valkyrie Tesla deck where the guys seem to have the best answers in the world, he still got obliterated and thrown out of the Clash Royale world with a big fat loss. Here we go. Man's got Monk in the banner, and he is the Destructor. So it is time to destroy the Destructor, I guess. You know, the worst thing in the game is like going wall breakers into that and knowing that it's not going to get damage. It just doesn't hit. It just doesn't do anything. The reason why I dropped it on one side is maybe in the realm of realms, the guy would have felt bad for me and then spent Elixir, but he didn't want to. I'm going to go Skeleton King, so then we're going to be able to swoop up the Barbarians a bit faster, and we're going to get Inferno dragged. Yay! I love getting dragged down by that card. It's so fun. All right, well, that's an Arrows. Probably not the play that you want to be doing today. If you don't have another small spell, the Spear Goblins might be able to create a really bad reality for you with the Inferno Dragon dying, maybe? Question mark, hopefully? I just don't want the Inferno Dragon to survive. I'm a simple man out here. Killing Inferno Dragons is the plan. Yeah, buddy! Hell yeah. Wait, we can go wall breakers because he still has to respond to this. I don't know if he has anything. Bro's annoyed. This is what happens when we don't match into someone with 69 small spells and also just like a Mega Knight Valkyrie deck. Oh my gosh, it's too easy. So yeah, this is great. This is what we like in Clash Royale. If you guys are unlucky, you will get the earlier matchups. If you are lucky, it'll be this easy. I'm telling you right now, it is so tough to defend this deck, and it's really fun to play. So we're gonna pop the ability here directly on the tower, because guess what? Your Mega Knight is gonna die. I don't think your Mega Knight survives this. And maybe if it does, if you go Royal Ghost, but look at the damage it's taken. Look at the mental fortitude that you have to defend that. It is really not easy. We're probably gonna just use like Lumberjack on the Mega Knight so the Mega Knight doesn't jump, and then like not worry about the rest of the stuff, because the Royal Ghost doesn't take me out, bro. Doesn't really matter. And the Royal Ghost is just like, please let me do more damage. I'm like, nah, not today, Satan. Wait, can we get the Lumberjack closer to the tower and then like use the Evolved Wall Breakers? I hope that you don't hurt my Wall Breakers. Oh, that is despicable, dude. You're a despicable minion. You're so mean. Wait, he didn't even get the Battle Ram to hit my tower. Didn't even Humpty Dumpty me. All right, we can go for a Skeleton King, and we didn't fall all the way down, so that's good. Okay, now we're getting blasted all the way down. That's not good. So we're gonna pop the ability. I wonder if we can kill this Mega Knight. That would be so funny. I just want it to go to the left side badly. I really want the Mega Knight to go on the left side away from the Archer Queen, so that it would be an absolute meme. Oh, no. Chill, bro. Chill. You don't have to play this way. You don't have to be that guy that just spams all of his Elixir. All right, so he's going to spam all of his Elixir. I'm going to defend this with a simple Skeleton King and be completely okay. Even if you arrows, it doesn't even matter. As you guys can see, the Evolved Lumberjack is going to be able to clean up this Archer Queen if he doesn't go invisible for the 15th time. And we won the game. It was really easy. That defense wasn't very challenging. And obviously, like, the bro has spammed 67 different Mega Knights. He has been Chef Gordon Ramsay trying to prepare a just magnificent Mega Knight dish. And we've been eating it up every single time. So I appreciate the tasty amount of Elixir you've been feeding me. It really didn't do anything for you, but it made me happy. Guy's really angry too, as you guys can tell with the emotes when he lost his tower and at the very end. So let's lock in for the last game. This guy is ready to drill me, probably, most likely looking at the clan, and we see a fire spirit, so very suspicious. You are sneaky with the drills soon, right? I would like to save my lumberjack or my skeleton king for that. It is so unfortunate to match into another Valkyrie player. What is happening to me today? We're summoning the Valkyries. Anyway, I'm gonna go Goblin Gang right side, and I would love to get value. I'm gonna cycle a Skeleton King to hopefully swoop up all of those goblins. We didn't get all of them. Still decent, though. And then we can spring together, potentially with wall breakers on the right side, maybe force out skeletons, make a prediction with the Mother Witch. Yeah, let's go. I knew he would do that because most cycle decks would go skeletons in that spot, so I just made the right play. And we're going to try to punish him with the Skeleton King ability, potentially locking onto the bomber and killing it. Ah, that's bad. I goofed. So I played really well, but my RNG from the Skeleton King failed me. That's all I'm going to say. The Skeleton King RNG just wasn't there. I'm going to probably go Goblin Gang a little bit later, which also is going to take a ton of damage for us, but at the same time, I'm okay with it because we get counter push and we force out more elixir. I didn't think that the Spear Goblins would be able to kill everything there, so just didn't want to rely on them. It's always nice making predictions on opponents that are actually quite good at the game because you know what they're going to do and you know that you can't really like do anything else. Spear Goblins win, maybe? Ooh, yeah! Little Steven! Still live. Okay, doesn't have a wall breaker's counter besides a building, so it's going to be a plus trade for us. Okay, never mind. Didn't want to drop the building. Smart player. If we go Cannon Cart in the back, it's probably the best thing to split up and do, but I want to go Skeleton King because it's just going to be like allowing me to cycle more Cannon Carts. You feel me? I'm just going to be a Cannon Cart empire out here. The great empire of Cannon Cart is going to be unleashed to a theater near you. Okay. Calm down. You don't have to do that. My reflexes are pretty fast. At least fast enough against the grandma bomber evolution. That thing is slow now. I don't know. I just feel like I've been able to react to that thing really, really quickly. Reliably, too. Wait. Do this. And let's go Goblin Gang because he just used a lot of elixir. And he doesn't have a log. I think the Goblin Gang locks. It probably kills the bomber. And then the Spear Goblins lock on the tower. So that's good. Very nice trade. And we forced out a bunch of elixir from them, too. So ideally, the damage would have happened on the right side because that's where we want to go. We want to go opposite lane of our opponent. But it is fine still. Spear Goblins hopefully kill. Yes. Always drop lower Spear Goblins so they don't die the Fire Spirit. Cannon Cart here. We're going to try to cycle a few of them. We go Wall Breakers so we can force out the Inferno Tower. I think this guy's really good based off of how he's been playing. Like, he hasn't been giving me that many opportunities. It's kind of annoying because most people just fall apart, right? Whenever they see a deck like this. It's like, you have to understand that even though this guy is, like, losing currently right now, he's played really well to get to this point to even survive. Even with a counter. We're going to go Wall Breakers. Like, the Lumberjack's just not going to break through that. And then he's going to have so much stuff. We're going to get a log down. Ooh. Nice. We got the log. So then we can go Goblin Gang with Spear Goblins again. Handcart's going to put in work. We can Mother Witch here so we can force extra elixir. Yeah, the Fire Spirit. Like, under pressure, this guy's mechanics are so good. Like, genuinely, I'm kind of impressed by how well he's playing this. Because even for me, like, I think I'd fall apart at this point. Like, I just do not enjoy playing against this deck that I'm playing currently. All right, we're going to do this. Skeleton King is going to be clutch. He just used logs, so he's expecting bait cards. We were not dropping bait cards, so now we're going to really try to punish him hardcore for that. We're going to go for Wall Breakers. Probably just Mother Witch and eat the damage from the Valkyrie. I think that's fine. I think getting counter push with the Piggy is optimal. Maybe get him to switch sides, too. That's going to be fun. We're going to split up Spear Goblins, Lumberjack, and then maybe see some value here. We're going to pop the ability if we can. We weren't able to. But, fine, because we're going to get Elixir, right? It's okay. We're going to force out a freaking Inferno Tower. Let's go. Okay, now this is our moment, because if he doesn't have Inferno Tower and he just did that, I think we can just push the Cannon Cart into the tower. I'm a degen. Yes, my precious. And then we piggies. All right, so he's going to try to NATO me or something. Does he not even have... Yeah, I don't think he does. I think he's kind of cooked then. Lumberjack's going to be annoying. Obviously, we could still lose because there's like 140 on his tower. It's like not over yet. And he's definitely going to try to defend that with all his might. We're going to always try to Mother Witch on the right side. Because if we get that one piggy, then that's all we really need. Let's try to use like our broken cards on the right side that potentially get damage. Like the stupidly broken, annoying cards. I'm going to go Cannon Cart here as well. We'll go for a Mother Witch to get that other piggy on the bomber. And then we're going to immediately go in for a Lumberjack with that piggy. And see if the piggy can be our win condition. Literally just using a piggy as a win condition is so stupid, but it will work in more situations than you would expect. So yeah, since it is a building targeting troop, it will wander its way onto the tower and the opponent's like, do I Inferno Tower a single piggy from a free Mother Witch? Probably not. That's how you win the game and close it out in those sketchy situations against phenomenal players. Like, it's not easy for me to break through someone with this caliber of mechanics. I think he might have been better than me too. But it doesn't matter because we were able to beat him with our super spammy deck.
Темная ночь, только пули свистят по степи.
Spam the like button, subscribe for more daily content, and have an amazing rest of your day.